Hi, everybody. It's Julie Ebersol for EllenHutson.com with the story behind the stamps on my latest release for the Essentials by Ellen line, which is available in the shop at EllenHutson.com. And this was largely influenced by a trip I took last spring to Colorado to visit a longtime friend of mine. Her name is Heather. And when I got there, she said, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "Well, I want to see what you love about Colorado." So we hopped into her Jeep and we went all over the place. Up into the Rocky Mountains, I got to stand at the Continental Divide, which I thought was so cool. We saw all these little ski chalets and little ski villages, got to hit some mining towns, ghost towns even. And I tell you what, those Rocky Mountains, they are incredible and so vast. And that is what inspired this release. And I started off when I got home from my trip illustrating this set called Over the River. And it's got the little tiny houses that we saw in the villages. We've got the mountains and trees and other elements. And I have to laugh because I can remember standing at the top of the pass and looking down and seeing this tunnel literally going through the mountains and these cars coming down the roadway and going through the mountains. And it just cracked me up that I had to include that in this set. And you actually do have to go over the river and through the woods to get to my mom's house for Christmas. So, you know, that's how the story goes. So this set led to a whole nother set. And I just got so excited over this idea that I went on to create the Mountain Holiday set. And I love this, even though I'm not a skier, don't know how to ski, don't have a desire to learn how to ski. I'm just in love with the whole concept of going up and spending the holidays in the mountains and going skiing. And I would be the girl sitting in the lodge with her cup of hot chocolate and looking out and gazing out at the snow. And I'd be wearing all the ski garb and everything, but I would be staying cozy inside the house. Because I'm an indoor girl. But I still love the whole idea of the gondolas and the mountains. And we saw ski resorts as we were traveling around the mountains there. And I just was enchanted by the whole idea. So I also had to have some winterscapes to go with my little scenes. I love scenic stamping. I had to have some snowfall and maybe something that could serve as an ice skating pond and a moon and other different, winter landscapes. Even got a wood grain texture in there, which I used coincidentally to put some texture on the roof of my little Halloween house here on this card. So there's fun ways that you can combine and use these different graphic elements. And I love that, I could pull those in and I've got a nice little backdrop there for my little house in the woods and my little snowman out there and the moon shining over everything. Now this set is called Alpine Windows, and I was really intrigued by the idea. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time, and that's to make a trifold card where the scene is knocked out, and as you open each panel of the trifold, everything kind of unfolds as you open it up. So please be sure to visit the website so you can see the different suggestions I have for using this really fun, very versatile die set. I'm just smitten with this whole idea of the mountains and the little tiny houses in the forest. But anyway, as I got going on this, I thought, you know what? If we had a 3.5-inch circle, we could actually create shaker boxes that had multi-layers on them. So we've included that 3.5-inch circle die, and you can die cut the backing, and then you can use it to frame the little scenes and create this whole dimensional shaker box. Everything's going to layer together beautifully and fit together. So be sure to stop at the website and check out the product description, because I got a video there showing you exactly how to do this. And that 3.5-inch circle, you can cut it from the clear plastic to create the front. So it's all going to work together beautifully. And we also realized that if you use just a regular 3-inch circle to cut shapes out of, white cardstock or whatever color cardstock you want, but a 3-inch circle shape, you could also align those scenes to the edge of that and create a spherical dimensional scene. I know that sounds like a mouthful, but be sure to check out the website because it's really fun and it's so much easier than it looks. Now, I know many of you were hoping for a Mondo this holiday season, so we've got you covered with a Mondo Holly, and there's a coordinating die set. And what's fun about this is we've also got some additional berries. So you can stamp this a second time and die cut the berries and then pop those up so you can have a dimensional holly card. Now, this set of dies, I have to really spend some time explaining because it started out not as a house. It started out as these animal faces. And to make tags, I love Scandinavian art style, illustration style. And so a lot of this was influenced by Scandinavian art that I had seen on Pinterest and just fell in love with. And here I've got a little reindeer. You know, you give him a glittery red nose and he's Rudolph, but he needed a box or a body to go on top of. So we created the box, and here I've got my little bear, and I turned him into a polar bear here because I made a white box. And now you can see how those faces fit on top of the box. And the box is nice and tall. It's a good size. It's like 1 3/4 inches wide by 1 3/4 inches deep. And then it's about it could be about 3.5 inches tall. So it's not just, an animal body, but it's also a house, because we got to realizing that, we could put in all these other elements and really make this a versatile box. So you've got some seasonal elements here that you can combine together. Here I've made just a little tea light. I put one of those battery operated tea lights inside, and that'll be fun at Halloween. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have gingerbread. We can turn this into a gingerbread house if I have a gingerbread set. So we've got these little gingerbread cookies, and we've got the icing for the roof and the door and the windows and different candy elements. You can combine all of that together to make these really adorable treat boxes. And there's also a coordinating die set for the little ginger peeps and the candy canes and the lollipops, etc., etc. So as you can see, this has been a really fun idea that just kind of took off and have snowballed literally into all sorts of things. Lots of fun options here for you. And that is my Holidays in the Mountains release for the Essentials by Ellen line. And I hope you get as much a kick out of it as I have creating it. Thanks for watching.